When he told his messengers, go out and tell Esau that I'll be here. And then the messengers come back and say, well, Esau coming with 400 men for you. As they say, he get afraid. He was afraid. Remember, they might say, well, why was Jacob afraid of Esau? Remember, they were brothers, right? Well, it's because Jacob had technically stolen Esau's birthright. Or coming back to you now? So the man now he get afraid there. Right? And remember, and so if you put yourself in Jacob's shoes, you might be fearful too, right? Because if I take Riyadh birthright, well, pressure for me, boy. So Jacob decides to take out an offering of livestock to give to Esau to try to appease Esau. It's called a peace offering. You ever was in so much trouble and then the person you're in trouble say, now boy, I can give you a peace offering for you to stop this thing. You give him back your money or whatever it is you take from him or whatever. So this is what Jacob did. Jacob decides to take out an offering of livestock to give to Esau to try to appease Esau. And another story shows up around verse 23. So I wanted to turn to chapter 32, Genesis, as we read from verse 23. I gave you the background so that we don't skip too much things. So you understand where we're going, right? That was just the line there, the timeline. Amen to the first person, chapter 32, Amen. Verses 23. All right, good. And it says, and it reads, and he took them and he sent them over the brook, and sent over that he had. In other words, he sent away his livestock, he sent away his wives and so forth on the other side of the brook to kind of hide them, right? And Jacob was left alone, and there rested a man with him until the breaking of day. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. Verse 27. And he said unto him, what is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed. And Jacob asked him and said, tell me, I pray thee, thy name. And he said, wherefore is it that thou dost ask after my name? And he blessed him there. And Jacob called the name of the place Peniel. For I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved. Now, I hope you'll guess what I'm going to talk about, because it had plenty of things I could have talked about with that beautiful account. That is a very strange account. Even up to now, I don't understand. There is more deeper things in there than even I understand. Right? But I'm not going to make assumptions, because some people say that this man was the Holy Spirit. But we read the Word of God, we read the literal Word of God there, all right? And I want to say it would have been a manifestation of God. I just cannot confirm exactly what some people say, but it was a manifestation of God. But I want to ask you something based on what we read. In life, what do you do when you want or need something really desperately or badly? What's the first thing you do? You can answer to yourself. Well, when I want something desperately, and I want something really badly, I actually fight for it. I fight for what I want. A lot of the times. I don't know if in life has been so good to you that you don't have to fight for what you want, but I fight for what I want. All right? And after 2 years of experiencing the life of being a pastor, I have learned that not all battles are worth fighting. That's the first thing I learned. That's when I realized maybe I'm starting to get a little bit more mature. Maybe I'm starting to get more strategy when it comes to certain things. All right? But the battles that are worth it are the ones I am prepared and I am preparing to fight. When you go through life today, you have to look at which battles you want to fight and which battles you will fight, which battles you are currently preparing to fight. In your life right now, things are going fine, but you are learning to fight a battle now. Alright, you have to remember to learn to fight that battle now. Prepare for the battle. Lesson 1 for the young people and even some of the older folks gathered here today. Not all battles are worth fighting. In fact, the choice of fighting a battle could mean your immediate defeat. And I learned that the hard way too. Just trying to fight a battle could make you lose the battle one shot when you're not ready for it. Alright? And I will give you an example. I used to think that every time someone says something bad about me meant that I had to fight back and defend myself. Anybody feel like that about themselves? When somebody says something bad about you, you feel that you want to fight back and you still feel like that? That's fine. That's normal. It's still natural. It's natural. I don't blame you for that. Because it is sometimes it hurts when someone tells you something and it is not true and you want to defend yourself and say, well, I want to go to court and defend myself when when the policeman gives me a bad ticket. I go by the magistrate and I defend myself. You want to do that. Not so? You do that. So even to this day, when I hear someone say something bad or unfair because they are not in the same situation that I am in, I feel as though I want to defend myself. But as I said, I be careful with the battles. But that person saying it doesn't know, of course, my schedule. And this is for you too. Don't think it's for me alone. They don't know your schedule. They don't know your personal life. They don't know your inner feelings. They don't know your experiences, which led you to make a decision, which led me to make a decision. And so, how really would they be able to understand the choices that we make, that I make, even if I try to explain it? It would take a lifetime for them to understand the decision that I make. And so it will be for you sometimes when you have to explain something to someone who already kind of don't dig it. Those who can find fault with you in the snap of a second most likely don't want to hear your reasoning behind it. They are already out for you. And you have to understand that. If they could in a split second change their mind about you, say something about you, they probably would with you in any case. Not so, brothers and sisters? Right, that's a lesson to be learned there. Don't wait to be disappointed by that lesson. It is like trying to speak English to a person who only understands Spanish. I don't know, I don't think it's very successful to speak English to a Spanish person and vice versa. I don't think they will understand. So my brothers and sisters, it is the hardest thing sometimes to let people say things that are lies. But people will be people. I don't know about you, but I am hoping that I am reaching someone here today. It's going to be very hard. When they speak all manner against you and judge you with their lack of understanding, and you feel to fight back, remember what I say. It might be more useful to give it up in prayer than to explain yourself or to try to defend yourself. I remember it was probably Mom that told me, better you don't explain yourself, Because if you explain yourself, they might find more problems about it. I don't know if you have ever experienced something like that. You try to explain yourself from the goodness of your heart. You didn't even mean it in a bad way. But that battle come for you. It come good. And it waiting. But the battle waiting for you because they're not ready to understand what you have to say. So you might as well don't even bother anyways. Alright? I learned that you have to, but nevertheless. Choose the strategy of your battle wisely. This is what God has been instilling this week to me. It's not that we want to be a violent people. It's not that. The battles come in small ways you don't even know it's a battle. But it is a battle, a fight of some sort. Alright, so coming back to the story. This unknown man wrestles with Jacob whole night. And Jacob never gives up. He wrestles back whole night. And this is a sign that Jacob thought that this battle was worth fighting. That's the first thing I want to say. If he didn't think it was worth fighting, he wouldn't have fight it. But yet, he fight it. He had a lot to lose if he didn't wrestle back. After all, he thought his brother was coming with 400 men to smite him. So he was fighting this battle for a reason. And his act of wrestling back with that unknown man, is a symbolic one. I am not teaching you to take a cutlass and kill someone here today. No, that's not what I'm saying. I want to tell you to do like Jacob when you desperately need something from God. Fight that battle with prayer. Fight it with fasting.
Yes.
Fight it with supplication.
Yes.
Fight it with being holy.
Amen.
Just by being holy, do you know that God will have favor on you versus someone else? Just by you being holy. You don't even have to say nothing more. You don't even have to say a word unless you say a word to God. Lord, you know my heart.
Yes.
Lord, you know that I have been holy, been good, and I am holy or righteous unto you. Now, I use that I have to be careful with that, because really and truly, we have all fallen short of the glory of God. So when we call ourselves holy, it is holy and acceptable to that level of our belief, not necessarily to his judgment of holy. It is because, of course, as I preached before, Jesus that makes us worthy in that way, worthy of reaching heaven. But we have to do everything. It is because of Jesus, not our worthiness, but Jesus' worthiness that allows us to reach there. Alright? So, fight that battle with prayer, fasting, and supplication. Fight that battle by telling God, God, I am not giving up. This is what Jacob was doing. Even though this, as they say in the Bible, the scholars are saying that this unknown man was God, or a symbolic representation of God, it shows the battle that has to take place. So fight that battle by telling God, God, I am not giving up. God, I am serious. I need you to find a way out for me. In this account, we see that Jacob doesn't give up and says to the man that the only way he is going to let him go is if he blesses him. That's a very interesting thing. How much of us do that today? How much of us are willing to persevere with God? Count how many empty chairs are here today. That is what I had here. Because I knew. I knew. The chairs are not always full, so I knew that, right? And that is not for you guys, but that is for how many are choosing to battle by choosing sometimes Jesus, by choosing God over all the other things that they have on a Sunday to do. You. So you could give yourselves a good clap hand. You have chosen to be in the proper place, aligned in the proper way. You ready for it? Not for a bad battle, but you're ready for the battle. You are becoming prepared for it. Alright? So, how much of us are saying, God, I choose you over everything? Well, I could say, I could vouch for these folks here. Thanks be to God that we'll see is good people. That we'll see is faithful to their God. Alright? And here's the thing. God, I am not leaving until I get the blessing from you.
Amen.
This is what sometimes we have to do. Persevere and say, God, I'm not leaving until you give me that blessing.
Yes.
Lord, how much of that?
Yes. How
much people is teaching that? As I say, when I saw this, I said, well, wait now, sometimes I say, God bless me with this now. I take 1 second out of my time to pray and say, God, the first thing I say, I don't say thank you, Lord. I say, God bless me with this. And I said, pray done. But look at this. Jacob, what did Jacob do? Wrestle for the whole night. Sometimes it's not that God telling you, but he wants something more from you.
Amen.
Alright? He wants something more from you.
Glory.
In life, you may be going through a circumstance that only you really understand. Even pastor can't understand it, only you understand it. Because you going through it. As I always say, when you personally going through something, it's totally different. When someone say, hey, I'm going through something, it is not the same. It will never be the same. Even if you can make it 99%, it will never be 100% the same until you go through it. Alright? And only you really know how much pain, how much sorrow, how much sadness, how much depression you may have been feeling. Not so?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm talking to the heart, deep down to the heart today.
Yeah.
And you know that you need a touch from God.
Yes.
You know, I don't know if you ever went through this in life. I went through this in life. When I knew that nobody could help me.
Jesus.
That none,
Yes.
that not the best psychiatrist, not the best doctor, not the best economist, lawyer, nobody could help me with what was here. With what was here or what I was feeling on the inside.
Yes.
But I'll tell you something. That is the time when you have to do this kind of business here. Alright? That is the time when you need a blessing from God.
Jesus.
And I want to remind you this morning to persevere.
Yes, God.
Be stubborn, but be stubborn for the right things.
Oh, yes.
That is what you need to do. Don't be like my fellow Christian Facebook friend who is stubborn by choosing worldly things over godly things. It's easy to do that, you know.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I know it's easy. You think sometimes I don't feel upset about something and to do the wrong thing. Sometimes you feel it because you're emotionally compromised. You feel to do it. But listen, be stubborn for the right things.
Yes, God.
If you have to be stubborn, which is a bad thing, technically, be bad but for good.
Yeah.
If you understand what I'm saying. Make stubborn not a bad word, but make stubborn a good word.
Yes.
Make down to stubborn, make it a good word.
Yes.
If you can make it a good word. So don't be like my fellow. Be stubborn when you want God to bless you.
Yes, Lord.